Good morning, everyone. Morning, Daniel. How are you? All right, happy Friday. So let's see if we can end the week strong here. I'm fine. So a quick look at everything. Looks like a slower day. IHT might have a setup, but it does have a short sell restriction. Yeah, ears also broke higher days, extended as well. $0.02 per share. Hey, good morning, Dante. I don't have any locates, but that was the 402 break on ears there. I did have my locates ready. But it looks like it might be trappy. BYND, check it out. Oh, it's getting tight. It got pretty tight right here. So that was a nice spot to buy. This was a potential spot to buy here. Wait, why is it so big? And you can stop around here, like maybe $1 risk. IBIO is fading back down from yesterday's gap. Alright, this music's too much.
I want to show you something real quick. Give me your mind. Normally a trader would pull up a
So IHT higher. Let's see how much the locates are. Hey Gudus, good morning. 8 cents per share. VWAP is really close by, so I don't know, this might get tricky. Yeah, so ears 402 break will work there. Trade 370 is the target. I didn't take it. I didn't have locates ready. Locates wasn't too bad as well. It was 2 cents per share. GoPro looks a little bit extended. Easy to borrow. Maybe we get a bounce here. Did you take it? I think ears was a nice spot there at the 402. You took it. Hey, morning, Daniel. Yeah, I took a quick look at ACST. Right now, it looks pretty grim for it. It's gonna need a lot of work to be a long setup. It needs to pop over 55 cents and holds 55 cents as support. And then you get some like a cup and handle break later. But right now, I would leave it alone. It could fall back to like 48 cents. What was I watching? Oh, SSY. Okay, yeah, SSY. Went in. Or I mean, it broke high day there a little too early. I think had it consolidate a little bit. I think this had a nice pop. Consolidate here for the break later would have been a lot better. Now we get those high day breaks selling. So this was a little bit too premature. The daily chart looks pretty decent though. This looks like it might have another leg up. Getting quite extended, but oh, it is a 3-day flag. So it did break out here on the hourly chart for SSY. So this is a continuation of this flag break. So it kind of makes sense where that volume came from. It's probably the hourly players. Alright, IHT ended up breaking down the trend line. And the borrows is a little bit expensive, so I'm not going to take it. ACST. Hey William. Yeah, I was watching ACST. Right now it looks a little grim. It's probably going to go back to 48 cents. For this to go higher today, it would need to break over 55 cents and hold as support. Right now, it's gonna need a lot of work. That's not gonna happen until maybe the next 30 minutes or so, if it does sets up. If not, I think it's just gonna fade back down. Wow. Yeah, nice trade there, Daniel. 410. It's a great entry. I think, yeah, you probably took. So you probably took something like this, huh? But yeah, nice high of day rejection. And then you got your inverted cup and handle right here. The break of 402 would have been a nice spot there to short. Right on the 5-minute 90 EMA right now. So you might expect a bounce around this area. It's also a prior resistance, so it's going to become support. It is still extend on the 15-minute chart, so it might get a rejection, might bounce, reject, and then set up something later to retest 340. But yeah, ears is definitely not a buy up here. You have to wait. Yeah, wish I grabbed some shares earlier. Didn't have my locates already. IBIO straight down from yesterday's gap and this morning's gap. It is quite a bit extended on this downside, so you might get a little bit of push of 170 or 175. Yeah, but this looks very weak. I think any push it's gonna get sold back down and probably go back to like 150s or so end of the day. Yeah, so there's ears, 5-minute bounce. IBO is probably going to bounce a bit. I think ears is a fade. Let me check. Yeah, it could be a potential fade. I'm not sure what brought up the volume today. If it's just a small gap or there's like some type of news, but yeah, but I think it could probably fade on the hourly chart. It's definitely extended on the hourly chart, so I don't think it's gonna go higher yet. It's definitely going to fade to like at least 340s. Still extend on the 15-minute chart. At least it's going to consolidate a little longer before going higher or lower. But it's probably going to fade to 350 at least. The hourly chart is at around 330 or so. You know, daily 90 MA around 330. So yeah, I think it could fade. It's quite extended on the bigger time frame, so it's more bearish, I would say. It's under VWAP for now. If you have a 410 entry, that's a pretty good spot. Right now, I'm really bad at trailing, but you can wait until whatever this high gets pushed. That'll be your stop. And then you can trail a little longer, and then you can stop around whatever the 5-minute high is. Wherever the high over here is going to be. It's probably going to push back to around $4. So IHT, pretty nice break here as well. 5-minute test. The bars was a little bit expensive, so I didn't take any. So USIN, I mentioned yesterday. Testing. Low. All right. I think USIN has a nice looking daily chart that is bouncing off. So we might get a cup and handle continuation, but it's gonna need to do some stuff here. So ears, VWAP rejection there. So let's see if it does a lower high and breaks, or if it holds a higher low and breaks higher. Oh, Tlry is overextended. Wait. So 48 stop. Oh dang. I was hoping for another bounce there, but yeah, it might have been a little bit too conservative, but that was the 1636 break there. It was a very nice inverted cup and handle for me there. Yeah, I was almost I almost hit it. Wow. Yeah. So the thing about the signals that I take is instantly it should be in the money. So that's what I like about the two strategies I trade. Is like if it doesn't go, then it's probably not going to work out if you're not instantly in the money. But yeah, that was a 1 minute reversal right there. Inverted cup and handle on Tlry. Straight to the 5 minute chart. And you would expect a bounce here. And it's also the support over here. It is extended on the 15 minute chart, so we might get a bounce and maybe a lower high, and then we can short later. But yeah, that was a nice signal to keep searching. Yeah, so if you still have ears, I think you're pretty good. You could try it all the way to like 330s. 340, 330s is probably your final target. I would put your full stop at 390s. You'll be on a trail. That's right. I think trading, I think 90% of the time you're looking and 10% of the time you're trading. Oh, bingo. BNGO. Had a huge move. It's really extended on the 1 minute. It somewhat broke down the trend line here. But let's see. So it has a 567. Let's see if it gives another bounce here. All right, so nice little bounce there. So I'm gonna take this to 567. Oh. I have my orders here. It's not taking my orders. Maybe it's locating shares at the moment. Does that have SSR on? Oh. Okay, for some reason I can't Or it's not getting executed. Yeah, it's not getting executed for me here. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but if a 567 break, it looks alright. It might move to like 560. You can stop at 573. Still hanging on though at 567. Alright, so there's a 567 break. And looks like it wasn't a clean one. This could be a trap there. Yes. So when it breaks a signal like that and has a wick, just call it a short trap. But yeah, maybe it was a good thing that I couldn't get locates. Yep, that's a trap. Yeah, the way it moves is a little different too. Normally it trade a little bit better, but it feels like high institutional now. Check bingo. Oh, 4%. But it's 274 million float. So there's Tlry, right? That little inverted cup and handle, and where did it bounce off on the 5-minute chart. So it's good to understand where your target is. Oh, IBIO looks really weak. I might attempt to take this short through this level though, 162 break. But I don't want to make the mistake yesterday. If 162 doesn't break, it can squeeze. So definitely need to size down if it doesn't break at that moment. But 162 here on IBIO is a key level. It has SSR on, so it might be a little hard to get in. I'll try it. It's creating a lower high right here at 165, so it could be a 3-cent risk right here. Maybe try a 162 break. So I'm gonna try to get in some shares now. Stop at 165, but it could very well hold. But I'm trying to get in because SSR is on. So it's tested the 5-minute chart. It's consolidated. A few candles. So it built me there at 163.5. but I'll take it off here if it actually breaks above 165. I'm not gonna be stubborn. Just want to get filled there in case it breaks right now off this lower high. So it's on 162. It looks like it's gonna break. I'm trying to get more shares, but SSR is hard to fill. Alright, so I got a few more shares. Alright, so I have 3,000 shares. 162 is breaking. Alright, so there's the 162 level, it broke. So I'm gonna hang on here a little bit. See where the hourly is at. So I'm in 3,000 shares here on IBIO short. 162.75 average. Alright, so I had to take off a little bit there, but at 59.5. It's a little bit extended, so it might just have a little wash here and come back. So I'm gonna try to be a little bit patient, but at the same time, I don't want this to be a red trade. So as long as 162 act as the top, then I think this trade should be okay. Jake Paul. Jake Floyd's hat. Nkla, Nkla. Looks a little interesting as well. It's a bit extended. AWX. Yeah, I think as long as 162 tops off here, it should be good. The only thing is it's extending on the 15-minute chart. It's been down for quite some time now. So on the 15-minute chart, it's up here. So we might get a bounce to retest that before going lower. Yeah, AWX, I don't think it's ready. I think it still needs, I think the 5-minute candle needs to close first. In 3 minutes. So ACST is going, hit the low of 48 there, so Tlry bounce off the 5-minute. Nkla bounce off the 1-minute trend. Ibio. So IBIO is back at 162 here. Yeah. So the 15-minute chart is closing in 6 minutes. But yeah, so this, it needs to reject this, but I feel like this is probably the push it's gonna get. I think it's gonna have to retest this 15-minute chart. But we'll see how it reacts here. If it does push over it, I probably have to stop out, but if it does hold as resistance, it goes lower, then I'll continue to hold, but it will depend on how it reacts towards this 162 level. Yeah, more bidders are coming in, so I think it's probably gonna break 162. All right, so 162 broke there. But it failed to close over it, so that's good. Yeah. If it does break 163, I'm probably gonna take it off. Don't want to overhold this into a red trade, but the 5-minute is at 165, so it may just go to 165 and reject on the 5-minute chart. But yeah, I'm just gonna take it off if it does break 163 here, and then just reset. Don't want to get stuck into this trade. ACST is going lower. Tlry bounced straight off the 5 minutes, going higher. Nkla. Yeah, it started inverted cup, no handle. We just have to wait for Nkla. Looks like it did double top. I'm gonna move IBIO on the side here. If it breaks 163, I'm gonna take it off. That's the plan. So Nkla. Nkla looks like it's gonna break highs right now. So it's not ready. We're gonna wait a little longer there. ADXS. Yeah, ADXS is done. The Nkla, we can keep an eye on this. Let's see if we have locates here. Alright, I do have locates on TD, hopefully. So IBIO rejected the 163 there. So I'm still hanging on to that. Still hanging on to IBIO. So 162, 163 is my stop now. So I'm gonna let that play out, see what it does. If it does a lower high here and breaks down lower, or if it creates a higher low and breaks down higher, or higher low and breaks down higher. But stop is at 163 on IBIO. I'm gonna watch Nkla. So it looks like it wants higher, so not ready. RMO, tight range, low volume. IBIO, I'm probably gonna take some profits around 150, 156. PCT. PCT looks extended as well. Let's see if it had any fail flags here. So this might have been a fail flag here. What's Nkla? So it broke down without a setup. I'm actually going to add more on IPIO. So I'm still in IBIO tray. Adding more here. I have 4,000 shares short. Okay. So it broke 157 there. It has a little wick. So I'm gonna have to be careful here. So I had 2,000 more shares, but I don't like this wick. On that 157 break, there's a little wick. Hit 156. If it starts yeah, there you go. I'm gonna take it off. So I took it off there. My ads and everything at that 159. So I don't like that wick, and I think it recovered. So just a $72 win there. Small win. It's quite extended, so I'm gonna expect it to pull all the way back to 170. So took it off there when it had that little short trap off that 172 or 157 low days. I think it was a good ad. Just didn't continue down. Thought it was going to be a inverted cup and handle here and break further down. But looks like a short trap and maybe retest. It might go back to 170. So I don't want to be stuck in that. So I just took it all out for a small win. So PCT looks really tempting for a short risk off 1580. I might try it just because the 15-minute is way extended. So the previous 15-minute high was 1561 or low is 1587. Wait, 1561. So I'm gonna take, okay, I don't have locates on my TD mirror trade. I was gonna take it there, but I didn't have locates. See how much it is in trade zero. But it looks very low volume, so I might just avoid it. Oh, it's pretty cheap. 4 cents. It's not too cheap. But yeah, I'm just gonna move on. This looks like it's a low volume. I don't get stuck in it. Nkla. Nkla, it's a bounce day. So it's attempting a flag breakout here. If this fails with a lower high, I might take it there. Yeah, so Nkla still looks strong. It might just flag like this. Break high of days again. So it's gonna wait. Unless it fails here. So I'll keep an eye on it on the side. See what it does. But it's not ready yet. If it does break down, it needs a handle. Lower high. Solo's very tight. What is this? Yellow Corporation. XL. Yeah, so PCT, it broke there. First level is going to be like 1564, and then it's a long way to 15-minute chart. Oh, TRCH. TRCH chart looks alright. Very low volume. But if we could consolidate here for 15 more minutes. Or actually, it's really tight. The range is only 10 cents here. No volume. Nkla ended up going higher there. No signal. Tlry? What do you mean by that question? How many dollars will rate? Oh, like how high can it go? Is that the question? So right now it's trending pretty cleanly on this 5-minute trend. I think first area will be like $17. Yeah, it is extended though on the hourly chart. But I'm gonna wait till Tlry do a 5-minute reversal here. Nice rejection candle there. I think if a lower high here forms, I'm gonna take a short there. So let's wait for this candle to close and then we can short on the next candle. So hopefully it doesn't break yet. So give us one more lower high. 1650. All right, so here's the lower high. So we need to wait until this candle closed first, though. Ideally, which is in a minute and a half. Oh, Nkla looks like it might get a 1 minute reversal. 11:50:45 break on Nkla, maybe. After this 1 minute candle close. So it took a little bit of short on Nkla. I added a little bit more short there. 1500 shares short. Let's see if it's a good idea or not. I'm gonna add a little bit more. 2000 shares shorts. I'm gonna stop at 1149. I still have this trend line though, so I might bounce. But it was a early short, cyclic inverted cup and handle, and I might got trapped there. So let's see. So yeah, it still have this 1 minute trend line here. So it needs to break this. Target is 1130 if it breaks down. Alright, decent move so far. Alright, so I'm gonna take 500 shares off right here. 1130 is the target, so I'm gonna take off another 500 at around 1134. So how's Tlry doing? Tlry, I'm gonna take a short if 1650 breaks. I'm taking a short on Tlry. I might have to go in a little early because it has SSR on. So I'm short Tlry as well, 1,1100 shares. So I took Tlry short. Target is 1620s. Alright, Tlry, nice move on Tlry. I'm taking some profits on Tlry. I took 300 shares off on 1642 on Tlry. I have an average short at 1653. Managing 2 trades right now. Alright, so I got a fill there on my Nkla. I'm gonna have another 500 shares around 11.29. So in a minute and a half, the next 5-minute candle will close. So if Tlry closed below the 5-minute 90 EMA, it's gonna look good. But I'm gonna see what it does here. So this pretty much almost tested the 5-minute here, so I'm gonna see what it does here. I might have to downsize some more. So I just took more off there just to make sure I lock in my gains. So I'm gonna let my 500 shares. Wherever this pops up here, I'm gonna put my stop there, wherever that happens. So Tlry is fighting. Yeah, so some good covers there. This is pretty much a 5-minute bounce. So I'm putting my stop wherever this is gonna create. So hopefully it gets rejected off this 45 level. If not, I'm gonna take a stop. Tlry. Alright, so the 5-minute closed and it ended up closing. The 5-minute ended up closing above it, so it's a short trap. Alright, so I took Tlry off, break even. So just a quick little trade here on Tlry. It was a nice inverted cup and handle, or like lower highs forming. I took it short. I took some covers on the low 40s there on the wick, and then it popped. It popped up, so it wasn't able to close the 5-minute underneath the 5-minute 90 EMA. So I think it's a short trap here on the 5-minute level. So it's gonna probably trend higher. But I took it off for break even. A small win, $2 there. Still have Nkla 500 shares. So let's see what it does here. If it rejects 1145, which was my previous entry, then I'm gonna continue to hold, and that'll be my last. It's gonna be my stop here if this creates a high. So I still have 500 shares. I'm gonna manage that on the side. Let me check IHT. IHT looks like it's a short. PHIO, yes, a nice ramp up, good extension. We'll see in a couple of minutes. I think it needs a couple more time. Alright, so Nkla created a lower high here. My stop's gonna be 1145 on the rest. I was gonna put a hard stop at 11:45. But if Nkla does set up a lower high here, I will add for the 5-minute reversal. So it'll be like this. 11:10 will be the target. So PHIO looks like it might be setting up. You pull down the main screen. It didn't give a bounce here, so you're gonna have to wait. So let's see what it does. Let's see if I have shorts on my TD. I do have shorts on TD, so it should be very cheap. 253. 257 would be target. But it needs more bounce than this. I'm not gonna take it. It's too much weakness. But it is like a 1-minute bounce, right? Like a micro 1-minute bounce from this wick to this wick, and then you might get that break. But I'm not gonna take it. I don't like that weakness. I would like to see a little bit more bounce. So it hasn't broken the lows yet. So you might still get a flat cup and handle bounce. So Nkla, nice trade. Is going lower. Still on the 5-minute chart. It did break lows there, but struggled to stay lower. All right. I didn't take that short. I don't think it'll give us a signal here on PHIO. IHT, yeah, IHT looked like it was a short. It was extended on the 15-minute chart. This wick kind of tested it, so I would be careful on that wick. It's pretty much almost tagged that 15-minute chart. So if you need a reminder of what the 9 EMA are, so all these, red line, gray line, yellow line, orange line, green line. So these are the 9 EMAs on the time frame, higher time frame. And then the tail line. So here's the color coding. So 1 minute tail, red is 5 minute, gray is 15 minute, yellow is 30 minutes, orange is 1 hour, and the green is 1 day. So those are all the 9 EMA on those respective time frames. So Nkla, I might have to take a stop depending on how it does here. Nkla is still extended on the 15-minute chart, so so the last 15-minute low was 1129. And these stats here are telling you what the last low is. So 1129 was the last 15-minute low here. So we might get a bounce here. We might just take it off. So this is going to be a 5-minute flag. If it fails, create a lower high here. I'll take a 5-minute short. Yep, so there's the 5-minute flag. I'm still hanging on to my 500 shares. If it hits 1145, I'm taking a stop. If this flag fails to break, creates a lower high, I'm taking it. I'm adding more shorts. Yeah, IHT. Yeah. You can see the little wick there, right? This wick. Short trap. And the wick pretty much tapped the 15-minute trend. So it tested the 15-minute trend here. So yeah, anytime you see those wicks, I would be extra careful. I'm trying a habit of just stopping early and just reset. I don't want to get stuck into something like that. So I'm gonna take a Nkla short through 1129. If it fails here, like this. Yeah. So Nkla looks really weak right now. But let's see if it forms a lower high first. So now I'm moving my stop down to 1142. Alright. So I'm okay with adding on Nkla short now. This is the 5-minute reversal. If it fails here. So I add a little bit more there. With my risk off of 1142. Once this breaks 1129, I think we should get a we should see 1110s. All right, I'm adding more here. I'm just gonna build my position on this. I feel like this is a flag that fails, and I feel a little confident on this. So if it breaks 1129, we're seeing 1115s. So I added back to like 1500 shares short now. We might see a little bounce here though. Might see one more bounce here. If it does bounce with a lower high, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna add more short. I think this is gonna be a wash back down here. All right, so that was a 1129 break. Wasn't quite clean, and I think it's because it didn't have this bounce that I was mentioning. So broke a little too early there. So let's see what happens. All right, great move. I'm gonna take some covers at 1125. So final covers would be 1111, low 11s. So I'm gonna try to take more covers around 1116s if it does hit there. It is quite a bit extended, so we might see a little pop to retest 1130s before going lower. The 15-minute and 5-minute is closing in 3 minutes, so hopefully it closed below this 5-minute 9 EMA. Oh, accidentally misclicked there. I re-added like 300 shares back. I think that's okay. It's actually showing the pop. So it's closing in 1 minute. So hopefully this candle, 5-minute candle, close below the 5-minute 90 MA, which is below 1130s, and that's what we want to see. It is if it moves down here, target 1110s. So 1 more minute here. See if we can close below this. Hey boss, I can show you IBIO in a sec. Try and manage this trade right now. I'm in. So 10 more seconds. This should close the 15-minute chart and the 5-minute chart. So right now I'm still holding 1300 shares short on IBIO. So there's the 5-minute candle close and it's below it. So I think we should see more selling pressure pretty soon. I think once it breaks 1122. We'll see what it does. I might add on like 1122 break. Alright, so I added a few more shares there. So my final stop's going to be 1128. Alright, so I don't like that break. So it needs to hold below 1122 now. I have some covers down at 1116s so we reach there, and 1112s. IHT, yeah, look, IHT got squeezed a little bit there. It's going higher. Definitely not a time to short right now. It's not extended enough. Lex. Oh, Lex looked like, yeah, it's exploding. It's going to the moon. We might get a short opportunity later on that. IBIO. IBIO looks like it might get a correction to the upside a little bit to 166, but other than that, I think it looks like we'll see more downside later. So Nkla, I'm trying to be patient here and hold to 1110. I do have some profit taking at 1116 and 1112 if we can reach there. Yeah, IBIO might get a little squeeze to 1166, 1170s, or 170s for IBIO, but in the bigger picture, it looks like it'll probably just fade throughout the day. All right, Nkla selling pressures come in here. All right, needs to break 1119. Hey Fixie TV, yeah, I could take a look at that in a few minutes. Try and close out this trade right now on Nkla. Hey Manny, yeah, no problem. Glad I can help minimize that. All right, there's a big bid at 120 here. So if it doesn't break down 119 in like a minute or two, I'm probably have to take off a little bit shares here. So I'm gonna take some off here. I'm gonna downsize. Not too excited about this action here, but if it breaks 123, I'm just gonna take it off and call it for this trade. All right, so it looks like that 120 bid got just demolished there. All right, so it looks like selling pressure is coming back in. Manny, right now I'm short on Nkla and KOA. I'm up right now 411 on it. I started short here on this inverted cup and handle. And then held for the 5-minute reversal, and this was a fail flag, and then you can see it was bigger inverted cup and handle, and now it's breaking down. Right now I'm trying to get a target of 1110 on Nkla, so I'm just down to 1200 shares. Trying to cover a few more here. Still think it can give me the... I'm gonna cover a little bit more. So my full stop's gonna be 1123 on the rest. It's definitely like a slow grind down. Alright, so we're getting some selling pressure now. Very slow. So I only have 900 shares left on Nkla. It made quite a move so far, so I'm gonna expect a bounce off this 15-minute chart, which is at 1110. I'm trying to just get a few more targets here before I just cut this off. But I could put this on the side and keep you guys updated. Let me check out some charts for you guys. So FAMI. Oh, nice eye. I think FAMI looks pretty decent here. The daily chart looks pretty beat up though. So I had a huge... So Nkla filled me 300 more shares there. So FAMI, definitely a beat up chart. Had a huge gap down from a buck. Have a gap here. Decent bounce, and now I hit a like inverted cup and handle here. Broke the lows and trying to recover there on this support break at 42 cents. So it's struggling on that 42 cents level on the high of day there. But it does look decent if it does hang on to break later for this flag. What it needs to do is kind of pull back to 41 cents and maybe a 42 cent break again, and maybe after lunchtime. I think it'll look good. So I'm gonna take off my Nkla about here. So FAMI, I think it has potential to bounce today. It is quite a bit extended on the 90 MA here, so we would expect at some point it will retest this 90 MA. Either could be next day or it could be today if it does have that volume to pick up. And that 90 MA is at 53 cents, so it's 10 cents from now. So it's a bit of a move for today. So it might be, the following day, like maybe 2 days to get up there. But yeah, it does need to break 42 cents to go higher though. So you look on the hourly chart, it broke below this 42 cent level that I mentioned. Now it's being resisted. Prior support, now it's become resistance. It really needs to break above 42, and then you might get that 54, which was at the daily 90 MA, the white line earlier. Here. So that's Fami. Hey Fixie, I don't know if you're still here, but Coin was recent IPO, kind of sold off IPO day, had a breakdown. So IPO low was around this 310 area, so it broke support, became resistance, broke a little inverted cup and handle, trend line flag. Now you're just going lower. So same thing, at some point you probably get a little rebound off to retest around 280s. But other than that, it's still in a downtrend. Not a buy. If you're looking for a long-term hold, you would definitely want to wait until you set up a higher low. So something like this, a higher low, and then a flag break. So something like this would be a better spot to, you can dip buy here. Don't dip buy here because you don't know if that low is going to be another low. So yeah, I don't recommend dip buying these. It's still in a downtrend. You need signs of an uptrend, which the first sign is a higher low. Right now you got this low, this low, this low. So you need something like this. Higher low. But yeah, that's in terms of long-term investing. I think that's what you want. But in the short term, it looks extended on the daily minute chart here. It's probably gonna go back to 260 today. So yeah, little update on Nkla. I sold all my shares right here. Pretty much hit target. Up 415 from that trade. So pretty good trade there. Let's see. What are the questions? Is Boss still here? Boss, you still here? No. All right, let's look scan at some stocks here. Oh, IHT. Oh, do you take this short? Daniel? Looked like it attempted a high day squeeze there. And fell. Right back to the 15-minute chart and VWAP. Yep. So Nkla, good coverage there. Starting to squeeze. The reason this being a target is the 15-minute chart. So you gotta understand where are the bounce potential. TRCH looked like it broke out. All right, so oh, AWX. That's a nice little spot there. Lex, oh, Lex also had a squeeze and a nice little inverted cup handle spot here too. PCRX. ATOS is running. MGI. Yeah, MGI looks like it's tricky. You probably have to wait for the 5-minute reversal, and MGI is 49% institutional ownership. So yeah, I would avoid MGI. It's gonna be hard. ATOS. So ATOS has a... Oh, ATOS has a... Yeah, but the thing about high institutional ownership, they generate trend the 15-minute chart pretty well, or like 5-minute chart, without getting any correction. It doesn't trade like the other stocks, so I'll be careful. It doesn't correct back like the others. Yeah. ATOS. ATOS is 60 on the 5-minute chart. It has SSR on. Why does it have SSR on? Does it have SSR on? Yeah, it does. So ATOS has a really nice daily flag starting to form. I think next week it's gonna have a probably big move once it breaks 260. Right. If you could give us a little bounce here. I'm gonna take that short. But the range is really small, so I don't know, it might be a little hard. Might just avoid. SSR on and small range is a lot difficult to trade. I'm gonna do one last scan here before I hop off. Yeah, no, not a big fan of this. Yeah. Yeah, your MGI is pulling back a little bit there. But I will look for the 5-minute reversal. I wouldn't trust the 1-minute chart. Look, let's watch the 5-minute. What is this chart? QRTEA. Oh, it broke there, but oh, not gonna trust that. Yeah, ATOS, looks like it broke the 52s there. A little early. CTRM. Tlry probably 5-minute, 15-minute reversal later. Oh, SNDL looks like it's going down. Yeah, Tlry will probably reverse. I think it'll probably get down to 1620s at the close or end of the day. Looks like it's pulling back huge right now. But yeah, that's going to be the 15-minute target. But we'll wait until it sets up here. It's not going to be for another hour if it does something like this. It's like one more hour on Tlry. It's not ready. All right. Yeah, there's a few good signals here on AWX here. Maybe took this short. LEX, LEXX, those are potential short here. It's a pretty clean signal. Oh, so BCRX actually broke down. SSY, you might get an hour reversal later, or is this 4-hour reversal? Or yeah, hourly reversal in 2 hours maybe. Yeah, so that's, don't see anything interesting at the moment. It's getting late part of the morning, approaching lunchtime for the East Coast, so the volume is going to die down. Breakout tends to not have followed through. But just to recap on my trades today, this morning, I just took 3 trades. One Nkla win for a $415 win. Ibio was a short as well for a $72 win, and Tlry for a $2 win, break even there. I think Tlry I was up about $100. I kind of took some profits and took a bigger stop there. But yeah, Nkla was this trade here. Initially it was extended on the 5-minute chart, looking for an inverted cup and handle. There was the inverted cup and handle signal there. It broke, took it short, covered a few on the 5-minute trend, retested the original breakdown, and then on the 5-minute chart it had a fail flag, so you draw this flag line. Had this gone higher, I wouldn't have add, but here you can see it was weakness, and that weakness would form a inverted cup and handle on the 5-minute chart. So you pull up the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart, same pattern. And that was the break on the 5-minute 90 EMA, which is this red line. And you can see the 5-minute candles is creating a inverted cup and handle. And the break of that would reach the 15-minute trend target, which I cover all my shares around here. And that's where you see it bounce. So it's good to understand where are the bounce potential. Because this was extended here, we are expecting a pullback to the 9 EMA on the 15-minute chart. Once it did that, 15-minute chart players will dip buy, and those dip buys will create high demand, and potentially the stock can move higher from there after those correction. It is still extending on the hourly chart, so it might not go too far today. So I'm expecting it to come back to $11, sub 11 potentially at the end of the day, just because it extended, or it just consolidates for a really long time and then the hourly will slowly catch up. So depending how bullish it is, it will just consolidate around this range, or if it's not that bullish, it'll pull back all the way to the hourly chart. But yeah, that was my biggest win for this morning on Nkla, or 415, and I'm gonna call it a morning stream in session. So yeah, thank you again for tuning in and watching. If you enjoyed this, be sure to hit the subscribe and like button, and I'll see you guys next week. All right, have a good day everyone, and a good weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. All right, bye guys.